All right, y'all. So I want to keep painting a picture of what Purpose Field Leader does and who we are, because we do some awesome stuff. We do a lot of things, but they're all the same. So again, business strategist, leadership development, we marry it. We make it make sense. So in our first video, we talked about vision, mission, core values. Vision is where you're going. Mission is the road. Core values are the guardrails to keep you on your vision. So important. People buy your vision, they don't buy you. Then we talked about entropy, which is energy drains. You know where you're going, the ideal state. Entropy is what's preventing you from getting there. So you got to figure out the entropy to move forward. Today, I'm talking about strategy. We have a survey where we help you figure out your 3-year to your 1-year to your quarterly OKRs or rocks, if you know traction, to your weekly KPIs. However, we do this differently. That 3-year, we call it a strategic imperative, and we actually use something called the life cycle theory. Now, Lex Sisney with organizational physics is who we learned this from. So incredible man, incredible knowledge. But let me break down in my words, or Purpose Field Leader's words, since I am the representative of life cycle theory. We got 3 phases or 3 elements to it: the product life cycle, the customer life cycle, and the execution life cycle. So let me do a little science meets business meets strategy on you right now. So we've got the product life cycle. You have to know where your product is in the life cycle, because your strategy informs if you need to take that product to the next level or if you need to kill that product. So let me just break it down. Pilot it means you're throwing spaghetti against the wall. You're trying to figure out if this product works. You're trying to figure out, is this something that I want to spend the time and energy and money to scale? You don't know. Nail it, the second phase, is where you've gotten some buyers, people are expressing interest, but you're still kind of figuring out how to do it right. You're in the effective stage, which is doing the right thing. You got to test and do trials and do this and that and that and that. That's nail it. The next phase is scale it. All right, y'all, you figured out your product. You figured out that it works. Now you got to get efficient, which means do it the right way. You got to get to where you're doing the same thing faster and faster and faster and faster. That's scale it. Then you go to milk it, which means, all right, you scaled it. Now you're trying to make money off of it. You're just trying to slap the tire. And milk it phase, that's kind of hard. You actually need to figure out, is this something that's going to die out, or is this something that you're just using it as a cash cow to be able to fund other products coming in? Final phase of the product life cycle is kill it, meaning you're losing money. It's obsolete. It's kind of like Blockbuster. I mean, it had to kill the whole business. But anyways, the kill it would be VHSs. Those died. And then Blockbuster had to shift to DVDs, etc. So that is your product life cycle. Now, business owners, you want to get to scale it, and you kind of want to stay there. You don't want it to get to milk it, because then you're getting to where it's oh, this could need to be ended. But that's a caveat. So that's product life cycle. You got your customer life cycle. So the life cycle stages are corresponding. So with your piloted product stage, you want to be going after innovators. Innovators are the ones that get on the waiting list. They were on the waiting list for the iPhone when they had no clue if it was going to work, but they like the new stuff. They want to be that one that's bragging, look at this cool thing that I got. Then you've got, so that's the first phase, the innovators. Second phase is early adopters. Those are the ones that have an immediate need. They're I need it, and I need it fast, and I'm willing to try something differently because my need is so great. So early adopters are going to be your friend because they have the urgency for your product to work, and they also have the wherewithal, meaning I'll take a chance on you because this is something that I need. So these people right now, you're not selling your product for very high because you haven't found product market fit. You haven't made sure that this product is effective. So you charge them less, but you make them give you information. You're hey, what do you like about this? What do you not like about this? Because you're testing and you're iterating, and they're willing to put in the work because they want it to succeed because it's so urgent. You got to remember that. Then you go to the early majority. That's when you're in scale it. So early majority, they can be kind of hard because they're the ones checking the reviews. They're the ones looking at the different things. They're the ones, like they're not necessarily having an urgent need, but it's kind of a like, I kind of need it. So you have to make sure that you're nailing your systems, or you're at the scale it and your systems are on point, because they're going to be more choosy and they're not going to want to work with you as much as like the early adopters. So then when you get to the milk it, that's the late majority. And that's where you get to the me too's, the penny pinchers, the people that are really going to have high expectations because they're more like passive. They're the ones that are like, all right, I'll get on this bandwagon, but it better be good. I kind of think of them like old people, but I'm a late adopter. I'm not old. It's kind of funny. But anyways, and then you've got, I can't even remember what the last ones are. That's where you're at the kill it. Oh yeah, you just get rid of it because you're killing it. Your product is dead, kaput. And then you have your execution lifecycle, which is basically the forces or the strategies and tactics that your people, the types of people, but also the activity that your company puts forth. So for example, in the pilot it, in the first day, pilot it, in the innovator, and now in the execution, you need the I. You need to be like trying new things, being okay with not having certainty. You can't have certainty yet because you haven't figured out what works. So you got to be like on the I, innovating. The second phase in execution life cycles, you got to be producing. You got to be working hard to make sure that it works, because you're in the nail it, like you think it works. You have the early adopters who want it to work, and then you need to be like hustle in to make sure that it does work. Then in the third phase of the execution life cycle, you need to be efficient. You got to be fast. You're not making changes at all. Don't iterate. Don't get that I in there, because you're trying to scale what you have. And if you starting over and you start doing like, well, we could do this. No, you are scaling. And then in the fourth, where you're at the late majority, you're at the milk it, and then you're at you want to unify, like you want to slap the tire. Like if you're milking it, like do not put time and energy into it. Make sure that you're making more money off of it than you are losing. But milk is like literally like milk the money. Then kill it. I don't even want to say that one again. So here's how we help you. We help you look at where you are in your product lifecycle, in your customer lifecycle, and in your execution lifestyle. And all three of those have to match up. And you can't skip a stage. Like a lot of business owners have a great idea and they're trying to go straight to scale it. Nah, dog. You can't go straight to scale it. You got to nail it. You got to make sure that it works and is effective. And you can't set systems and processes really until it's like, all right, sweet. We off to the races. So we as Purpose Field Leader, we are awesome with people. We are awesome with evaluating what type of person you need. So that's where we come in: execution lifecycle, customer lifecycle. We do market research with you. We look at who is buying from you. We look at how to mine the data from those people. And then product lifecycle, we just smart. So we just gonna look at your product and make sure that it's product market fit. So that's how we get those 3 years. I'll do another video about how we get to that annual goal from the 3 year. But y'all, I love this because we help you get your company from A to Z. So let's get it. Schedule a call with us.